The Panthers, you know what? Let's go big picture. Let's real. Whoa. Let's go silver lining. Let's be optimistic for a minute. 5-5. 500. This is the latest they've been 500 in a very long time. 500 with a win-ish-able game this upcoming week against Atlanta. Right? Like a 3.5-point spread. That's far and away not a that's an unsurmountable challenge. So I don't think everything about the Carolina Panthers is horrendous. I think the defense plays pretty well. I think if you take away J.C. Horn falling down, the Panthers played darn near great football on defense against the Saints. And if you ask me how many times is J.C. Horn just going to fall down and give up touchdowns, I would say moving forward, the chances are probably pretty low. That's going to become a regular occurrence where he just falls down and gives up long touchdowns. So if you take that away, I think the defense played pretty well. I think when given a fair fight, the running game has been pretty darn good. Rico Dowdle is still amongst the league leaders in rushing yards. He may not be quite as dominant statistically after a bad game, but there's still things going on here. The issue, I feel, is pretty singular. Passing game isn't good enough to keep him honest. I don't think this is like, this is a house with an ugly kitchen that hasn't been updated since 75 and some shag carpet, right? The bones are there. The bones are good. You buy the house and you go, we just got to change a few things here, and it could be, miles better. If you find a way, beg, borrow, and steal by any means necessary, go all the way into the back of your playbook. If you find a way to complete like 2 passes, 25 yards or more downfield, 1 in each half, it might unlock something for you. But I have never been less confident in a team being able to find the bare minimum of a downfield passing game, perhaps in my life. Not since Tim Tebow was a quarterback. And even Tim Tebow, he could only throw one route, but it was a skinny post, and it was downfield. If you don't know what route it was the one he threw to Demaryius Thomas in the playoffs to beat the Steelers. It's the one route he could throw, but at least it was downfield. Everything else was in the dirt. Dave Canales, head coach of the Panthers, spoke to the media today. Obviously, there's some time between game time, 000s, and speaking to the media today. Saw some film, talked it out. And this is what he had to say about how they can get more plays downfield.
In general, I think it's a group effort. Calling more of them, yes, let's get some more opportunities. Would love to have those explosive plays come alive. I will call them more when we have more success and those things come alive for us. But we have to keep working together. We have to keep taking those shots in practice to make sure we feel comfortable with them. And certainly, for Brad and I, just looking at the pass game, the coverage contours and what they're giving us, pretty simple when they're playing single high and everyone's at the line of scrimmage. We got to make the most of those opportunities when we have them, so that we are a balanced offense. And so it does play off of the run game, which we got going. But now let's get the pass game going so we really can be attacking and the offense that I visualize for us.
There is a point. Actually, Dennis, why don't you, just for those of you at home, we are going to, or in the car, wherever you are, listening, we are going to open up the phone line about 10 minutes for your calls on whatever you want to talk about, Panthers, Canes, college football, college basketball, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. But you had a poll running. Can you remind everybody what that question was, and is it on our YouTube or wherever it is?
Yeah, it's on our YouTube live chat. So the question is, should the Carolina Panthers move on from Bryce Young? Yes or no?
That conversation, which you can go vote on. We appreciate it. Go interact. That conversation is happening all across everywhere, mm-hmm. right? It's happening in bars across the area, group chats across the area, Twitter, YouTube comments, all over. Shows like this one.
It was like Panthers playbook. It's pretty much all it was post-game yesterday.
At a certain point, Bryce has to recognize, if it keeps going like this, I'm going to lose my job. If you get single high safety, mugged up man, right? It looks like they're bringing pressure or that they are heavy in the box. You got to take it on yourself and check to the go ball, right? You got to pick your favorite receiver. You got to give him a chance. And if it's not what Dave Canales wants because he doesn't trust you, or if it's not what the play callers want because the offense is conservative, if it's not what that is, what are they going to do? Bench you? It keeps going like this, you're losing your job anyway. Do you want to go out having listened to all of the orders from your coach who's going to bench you or trade you or cut you? Or do you want to go out saying, you know what, I knew I could keep a team honest and they didn't give me the chance? I've talked about this a ton. It's one of the, like, I played not in the NFL, not in Power Conference, not even FBS. So it is the like, you know, apples to roofing shingles, let alone apples to apples. I played at the University of Delaware, and one of my greatest regrets is that I never just said bleep it, right? I never just said, this play call won't work, coach, and I know it, and I have reasons for it, and the safeties are doing this, or they're bringing this blitz. It's not going to work, and I have a play that I know will work. Check to it. And I actually did it in high school a good amount because I was so confident in high school. In college, I was just trying to be a little rule follower, coachable, right? Didn't want to give the coaches any reason to get mad at me, and I never did it. At some point, somebody has to say, we're not a good enough offense unless we test them downfield. Whether you complete it or not, you got to go down swinging. You're in a fight. They're just standing there and taking punches to the face. Taking punches to the face. Not even swinging. If it's a jump ball to Fritterer McMillan, it's a jump ball to Fritterer McMillan. That's the best thing you can come up with. It's the best thing you can come up with. You're not attacking the middle part of the field enough. If that's a physical limitation of your quarterback, if that's a physical limitation of your pass catchers, fine. That just lowers your options, but you still have to test teams downfield. Even if just to show that you're willing to. If it's incomplete, at least they're like, all right, we got to guard it. At least they'll take advantage of a broken coverage if we completely let somebody loose. Because to me, that's the most frustrating part about the game the Panthers played on Sunday. It's not, I mean, the loss is bad. Final score, yes. But outside of that, it's that I think they won in a lot of aspects. Right? I don't think they were getting bullied in many positions outside of their offense not being able to move the football effectively. They give up 17 points. And it was 10 into the fourth quarter. Like, you were in the mix despite all of this.
And your defense, Nick Scorton, got a sack early in that fourth quarter on a fourth down, which gave Bryce the ball and the Panthers the ball at their own 40-yard line.
Mark Schlereth
You're down by 3.
Mark Schlereth on the broadcast could not contain his excitement talking about the things Derrick Brown was doing stopping the run. The moves he would make and then immediately counter with a different move on the next play at his size with his speed. It was all for naught. You never really had a chance in this one because your passing game wasn't good enough. You never really had. If J.C. Horn doesn't fall down, they don't score the points, and it might have been 7-7 until Thursday if they kept playing because the offense wasn't going to do anything once they decided as a defense. The Saints defense decided Rico's not going to beat us, someone else is going to beat us. And that's disrespectful. They went triangle and 2 on you in basketball terms. Right? They went triangle and 2 on you, and the 4-on-3 couldn't score if their life depended on them. They said, Rico's not going to beat us. Somebody else is going to have to make shots. And it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. As a play caller, I'd be insulted by it. As a quarterback, I'd be insulted by it. As a wide receiver, if there's a pass-catching tight end, I'd be insulted by it. And then on top of that, to hear everybody talking about how they didn't have good weeks of practice. They didn't have a good week of practice. Ike Ekwonu said they didn't have a good week of practice. Jatavian Sanders said the mistakes they made in practice continued over to games. Nick Scorton said they got big-headed, and that's not how it works in the NFL. Paraphrasing, but all is pretty much exactly what they said. Do we have some kind of the audio there, Dennis? Is that what you're telling me? Can we hear Dave Canales talking about the players and their practice responses. I know we have that. To give both sides of the story here, Dave Canales today talking about the players mentioning a bad week of practice.
Really, we just have a standard for how we work, and when it's not up to standard, it's my job as the head coach to make sure they're aware of it. I made them aware of it, and I've been in the league for a while now, and I've seen sometimes you have a bad practice and you play great on Sunday. Sometimes there's a fantastic practice and you don't get the results you want. So I have to look at both things. But when there's a similarity and it leads to something, it gives me an opportunity to point to the fact that every single week is a championship opportunity. Every opponent requires all we have in our focus and our energy to getting prepared for those games.
There is a phenomena happening with the Panthers. And it makes it very difficult for me. They're all good dudes. They all own up to their mistakes. And it makes you want to, brush it under the rug. Because, that's accountability, right? That's what you want your kids to grow up and do, right? You made a mistake, own it. Walk up to that podium and take the arrows, right? It wasn't up to our standard, and it starts with me. Derrick Brown mad at the preparation and mad at the execution, and they have to go back to work. And everybody says the right things, but at a certain point, it's like if you make a mistake and you own it, and you make a mistake and you own it, and you make a mistake and you own it, and that's just what happens so darn often. You have to stop making the mistake. It makes it more difficult to have I wish they were jerks. I wish everyone involved in the passing offense said mean things about me and my family. Because then I could sit here and let them have it. And we can talk about the poor routes, and we can talk about Xavier Lee getting out attacking the ball in the end zone the way he should. And we can talk about the predetermined, at times, decision-making by Bryce Young where it seems like I'm throwing it to him no matter what. We can talk about all of that. But when they step up and say, no, I need to be better, that's on me, I'm not making the right decisions, the offense has to be better, it's like, okay, you're aware of everything, so let's see if you fix it. But it's happened too many times in a row.
It's week 10.
It's week 10, and it's been happening since the beginning of last year with this core.
We're going to keep improving on it. It's week 10. Either you have it or you don't.
Our practice wasn't up to snuff. Why not? Why in the heck not? When you have a division game, you're above 500, you're playing for something real. Why in the heck was this the weekend or this the week where practice lagged? And I appreciate you owning up to it, but that doesn't change the fact that is an unacceptable bit of information for us to learn.